Hi friends! This video is to introduce the words for our first unit of vocabulary in 6th grade. As a little introduction, 6th grade vocabulary has two parts. For the first 9 weeks of the school year, we will be studying Greek and Latin roots. A root is a word part that has a specific meaning. For example, our root words for this week are graph, scrib, and script, which you see written across the screen. The roots graph, scrib, and script all mean writing. And so when we see those roots inside of a word, we know that that word is going to have something to do with writing. I'll show you what I mean. The last 3/4 of our school year, once we're done with our 9-week study of Greek and Latin roots, we'll be moving on to Rev It Up vocabulary, similar to what you did in 5th grade. Here are the words for our first unit. Remember that graph, scrib, and script all have a meaning of writing. The definition of our first word is writing about a person's life written by that person. You see the writing in the definition? The word is autobiography. Do you see the root graph in the word autobiography? The definition of our second word is the written list of all of the resources used in a report or book. The written list. The word is bibliography. Do you see the root graph in the word bibliography? It is the written list of all of the resources used in a report or a book. The definition of our third word is map making, or the writing that is involved in making maps or charts. This great social studies word is cartography. Do you see the root graph in the word cartography? That cues us that the word cartography must have something to do with writing, and the specific thing that it has to do with writing is map making. The definition of our fourth word is the use of light to record an image using a camera. Now, we don't see writing in this definition, but if you are recording an image using a camera, it's kind of written just in a different way, in a digital way or on film. The word is photography. Do you see the root graph in that word? Photography is the use of light to record or to write an image using a camera. The definition of our fifth word is a device that writes down or records the movements of the earth. This is a seismograph. A seismograph writes down or records the movements of the earth. The definition of our sixth word is to say or write down how something or someone looks, and to use adjectives in writing. The word is describe. When you describe something, you say or write down how it looks, and you use adjectives in your writing. Do you see the root scrib in the word describe? The definition of our next word is sloppy handwriting that is hard to read. Okay, it's writing, so it's going to have one of the roots graph, scrib, or script in the word. A scribble is sloppy handwriting that is hard to read. Do you see the root scrib in the word scribble? The next definition is a person who writes things down. A person who writes things down is called a scribe. Do you see the root scrib in the word scribe? The definition of our next word is a written agreement to buy and read a magazine or newspaper for a set period of time. Okay, so if I have a written agreement, for example, with the Grand Rapids Press to buy and read their newspaper for a set period of time, then what I have is a subscription. Do you see the root script, meaning a written agreement? Script in the word subscription? The definition of our next word is a set of papers with writing that will be read and acted out. This is a script. A script is a set of papers with writing on it that will be read and acted out. like the script for a play or for a TV show. The definition of our next word is a piece of writing or a book. The word is manuscript. A manuscript is a piece of writing, specifically of a book, and it's usually the first draft. So this would not be the book that you would pick up maybe at Barnes & Noble, but it would be the actual first draft where the author physically did all of their writing, is a manuscript. Do you see the root script in the word manuscript? It means writing. The next one is the longer word for PS, or a short bit of writing that is added after a letter is finished. PS stands for postscript. Okay, it's a little bit of writing that you include at the end, or post the rest of your letter. Postscript. Do you see the root script in the word postscript? It means writing. The next definition is a piece of paper written by a doctor that lets you get medicine at the pharmacy. So if I was sick and my doctor wanted me to take medicine, the written instructions or the written piece of paper I would need is a prescription. Do you see the root script in the word prescription? That means that it was written down. Prescriptions are written down by doctors and nurses. To write down or record is the word transcribe. When you transcribe something, you write it down or you record it, and you're usually taking it from one written source to another. For example, the book, the Bible, has been transcribed into many different languages so that it's accessible to people all over the world. It was transcribed. It was written down or recorded, but it's from one draft to another, sometimes changing the language. Do you see the root scribe in the word transcribe? The next definition is a short dedication written in a book or engraved on something, such as on a coin or a monument. This word is inscription. An inscription is a short dedication written in a book or engraved on something, such as a coin or a monument. Do you see the root script in the word inscription? So these are our words for this week. We need to start to commit these to memory. An autobiography is writing about a person's life by that person. A bibliography is the written list of all of the resources used in a report or book. Cartography is map making. Specifically, it's the writing involved in making maps or charts. Photography is the use of light to record an image using a camera. Seismograph is a device that writes down or records the movements of the earth. To describe means to say or write down how someone or something looks, to use adjectives in our writing. A scribble is sloppy writing that is hard to read. If you scribe, you are a person who writes things down. If you transcribe something, you write down or record something, usually copying from one written source to another. An inscription is a short dedication written in a book or engraved on something, such as a coin or a monument. A manuscript is a piece of writing. It's a book, and it's usually the original written by the author. Postscript is what we mean when we write PS at the end of a letter. It is a short bit of writing added after the letter is finished. A prescription is a piece of paper written by a doctor that lets you get medicine at the pharmacy. Script is a set of papers with writing that will be read and acted out. And a subscription is a written agreement to buy and read a magazine or a newspaper for a set period of time. These are the words that we will study that use the roots graph, scribe, and script. Now that you have finished being introduced to our words for today, I want to kind of tell you what your task is going to be until it's time to leave Math Lab and vocab today. Okay, you're going to go on my classroom website. If you're green team, you're going to click here. If you're white team, you're going to click here. They both go to the same set of resources. Okay, so I'm going to click white team. What I'm looking at is over on the right-hand side. It says click here to access Quizlet vocab practice links. That's where you're going to click. And then you're going to be using Quizlet for the rest of class time today. Under Greek and Latin roots, we are on lesson 1. Our roots are graph, scrib, and script. We're going to click on lesson 1. Then this is Quizlet, and it has all of our words and their definitions. Okay, you could push the little microphone if you wanted to hear it.
Writing.
And it will play it for you. But what I would actually prefer that you do today is to use the flashcards to kind of quiz yourself. Okay, and so you can flip through our words, and if you get to a word, then you can flip it over to see the definition. You flip it over. Over here we have the term, and then we have the definition, or you can choose both sides, okay, and it'll show you both. But I would like you to use the flashcards to go through today's words and begin to commit them to memory. Good luck, have fun, and thanks for watching our first vocab video of the year.